But we are democracy. There were more boys than girls. Sorry, we're taking your money and we're putting it on Dimitri Bivol, the king. Maybe that's why it doesn't work for blokes.
Well, another petrol battle pass. That'd be sick. That would be nice.
Actually, yeah, dude. To see how
You teased your car with the petrol.
yeah.
Let's give Pauline Hanson a platform.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings the Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, our game, we have Scattergories, and then our second segment, we have Am I the Arsehole? We're going to read some stories and determine if the person is the arsehole or not. But before that, throughout the week, we got me and Miguel, we have Senny next to me.
Yo.
And we have Rowie.
G'day. Boys, this week on TikTok and Instagram, there was a revolution. People saw it and said, I thought you guys just lived in this house. You know, I don't recognize you without the black and purple tiles. We went out into the wild. We got multiple comments being like, oh, are you guys breaking the fourth wall?
Crazy.
But we went to Parra Lanes. We decided to start experimenting with some in-person content for the first time ever.
Never been done before, some would say.
It's revolutionary, apparently, according to some viewers.
Ro thought about it in his dreams, man, not on TikTok or anything.
No, exactly. And so we went out to Parra Lanes just to experiment with the festival, see what it's all about.
Food festival, art festival, maybe. I don't know.
Was there art?
There was like music artists and performers and
all
stuff
that.
like that. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it because I feel like we went to the Eat Street car park, which was, I suppose, like the viral, I don't know, TikTok foods. I mean, honestly, I think we did the festival wrong, low key. Like if we went there to enjoy the food, dare I suggest when we talked to Sydney Food Boy, he said, go to the other sections where the food trucks actually provide real food.
Yeah.
All the ethnic food, you know, that on for display. We absolutely skipped.
Yeah. We walked past all these beautiful like African food trucks, poke bowls, like
Sierra Leone. Oh, that one didn't make the final cut. I just remembered.
There are a lot of jokes, Senny, that you made that did not make the final cut.
Catch on our Patreon.
If you haven't watched it already, go on Instagram at Critical Banter. Leave a comment as well. Let us know how it is. But yes, Senny made some heinous jokes that cannot make the cut, unfortunately.
But we posted something and I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was a good video. Obviously not informative whatsoever. Like if you were looking to figure out what you wanted to eat in Parra Lanes, this video did nothing for you.
Even though we branded it the definitive Parra Lanes review.
Exactly. But
the review was 0.5 seconds at the end saying, just give it a go.
Give it a go, worth it. But we want to try and experiment a little bit more with this format. We're going to call it TCB Tries. I think we've talked about this in the past, but we're going to experiment with doing stuff in person because quite frankly, I'm sick of sitting here on this couch. I want to expand the business a little bit more. And so if you guys have anything that you want us to try.
Doesn't have to be events as well.
Anything.
It can be food trends. It can
anything
be
in Sydney.
Any trend, anything
Legal in Sydney. And we will try it.
Yeah, so someone DM'd us being like, hey, you should try a drunk podcast. I repeat, it has to be outside of the studio, preferably. But give us a shout out if there's anything that you want us to try. Like some people chucked in like, Padel, this and that. Doesn't have to be food related. Actually prefer if it's not food related, dare I suggest. I'd like to get out and explore Sydney, do something we haven't tried before. Alrighty, admin out of the way. We went on a road trip last week, Sen and I, for our OzTag. And we do a system, we do like a fine system. I brought this over from cricket, but basically your performance is judged heavily on what you do on the field and you'll be punished accordingly. So for example, if you knock on, that's $2. If you're offside, $2. If you miss a tag, $2. You let a try through, $2. You get the point, so on and so forth. Mainly the fines though come from off-field behavior, I would say. Like what are some of the fines? Like people who park badly when we go to dinner.
When I used to play in this team, I got fined a good $10 for wearing a bucket hat one week. And then I got fined the following week for not wearing the bucket hat after the critique I got last week.
You can't be wearing a bucket hat to OzTag. That is
I can't
outrageous.
be getting fined for then listening to you and sacking it off.
Yeah, that's fair. But really,
if you make a bold fashion statement like that, you got to stick to it.
Yeah.
I crumbled under peer pressure.
One of my favorites is the classic of the genre. It's similar to the Migs' story, but someone will bring their like girlfriend or boyfriend to watch the game. They'll be fined for then not bringing them the next week. No support. It's poor form. But we managed to raise in like a 10-week season, I think $1,600.
That's crazy.
So usually with the fine money, what we do is we'll go away or we'll do some, we'll basically go away for the weekend. That $1,600 covers the food, the drinks. Sometimes there's an activity.
Extracurriculars,
this and that. What it doesn't cover is the actual accommodation itself. So that obviously is out of pocket. It actually turns out to be quite an expensive weekend, respectfully.
Quite expensive.
But everyone was fined $1,600. And after all the food, drinks, and extracurricular activities, we had around $450 left over, surprisingly. And we were trying to figure out what to do with it. And so people were like, oh, maybe we like go for a nice lunch, you know, a shout out. Everyone gets shouted lunch on the Sunday when we're leaving. I had the idea of, let's do like a little tournament where basically you do like these mini games and the winner kind of gets the $450. But then I couldn't be bothered organizing that. So Saturday night.
A lot of overhead with that one.
Dude, massive overhead. So.
And some clowns were just asking for a $20 refund back.
Yeah.
That's not the spirit of
That's not
anything.
Yeah, so if we split it if you split it each way, everyone gets $20 back. And I'm like, mate, what's $20 after you spent $300?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So it's pennies on the dollar. So it's 2 a.m. People have had a couple of beers. Someone's organized a wine tasting, so we've had a bit of that. And we're trying to figure out what to do with the money. Now, one of the teammates, Lucky, he was like, oh, there's like a boxing fight I really want to watch at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
For 6 hours time.
Yeah, keep in mind, it's 2 a.m. at that point, right?
Actually, it was 4.
Yeah, that is true. It was pretty late. So 4 a.m., boxing is in 4 hours. Apparently fight of the century.
The greatest of all time.
This matchup has not been seen before. It's like undefeated fighter number 1, Dmitry Bivol, our GOAT, against Artur Beterbiev, right? Now, what you need to know.
What a fight.
Okay, the hype was insane.
It actually was.
From our man Lucky or just the world?
No, Lucky and the boxing world.
Okay.
A really niche part of the boxing world, maybe. So this fight is happening in 4 hours' time. Lucky's like, I'm going to wake up to see it. And then someone comes up with the bright idea of, part of the idea was, hey, let's go to the casino. Let's go to because we went to like near Terrigal. And someone was like, let's go to the Terrigal RSL and just put it on like red and just see what happens. See if we can double up.
50-50 chance.
And then someone, I think said maybe it was you. You're like, oh, but what's the point? It's like a 10-second thing, kind of boring. Imagine watching the fight, putting 450 on someone. That would be electric. Mate, imagine that. You're just sitting there 8 a.m. just riding every punch.
Suddenly I care a lot about boxing.
So we like, all right, this is great. Now I've got to get buy-in from the rest of the team because essentially it feels a bit scummy gambling everyone's money, right? So I ask around, I'm like, who wants to get in on this? Shock, all the boys absolutely wanted to ride it. And a few of the girls, they were more keen on the lunch the next day. But we are democracy. There were more boys than girls. Sorry, we're taking your money and we're putting it on Dmitry Bivol, the king.
Was he the favorite?
No.
It was apparently it was a coin flip. Like Lucky was like, do not bet on this fight. It's literally 50-50.
To be fair to him, he did say that many times. Like, don't bet on this.
But he was a slight favorite. So he was at $1.90. The other guy was like $2.05 or $2.10, something like that. So whatever. We chuck it on Dmitry Bivol and at that point it's 4 a.m. So everyone's like, all right, let's go to sleep because we've got a 4-hour wake up the next morning.
The adrenaline carries you through the night, man.
No, you can't because you have to drive home the next day. You can't be doing that. So we get to bed and I'm like, all right, look, I'll wake everyone up the next morning because I didn't believe that half these guys are going to wake up. Plus, I felt a little bit guilty because I've taken everyone's money and I'm gambling it. So after I put the bet on, it's $400 we've put on Dmitry Bivol at $1.90 and $50 we've put on the draw because he's like, it's coin flip at $17, right? So the only result that we haven't put a bet on is the other bloke to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wake up the next morning, 7:30, alarm goes off. Lucky's bright and awake. His brother Sonny was also there.
They've been up for an hour and a half already watching the undercard.
Rise and shine, baby. Rise and grind.
So I wake up and I'm like, all right, now it's time to wake everyone else up. So I go to Sen and his cousins, Triple Cheese's room. They're sleeping together.
Hey.
And I just, they're in the same bed. So I barge in there.
Yeah. No respect whatsoever.
No privacy whatsoever. Triple Cheese, to be fair to him, he's up and at him. He cannot wait for this fight. This is going to be the most exciting morning of his life.
I watched you wake him up. You tapped him once and his eyes immediately, he shoot up and sat up in his bed.
Yeah, he sat up in his bed. He went from like fully lying down. He was like kind of
went
sitting
from
like this,
deep
coughing.
sleep to up and at him in 3 seconds flat.
Because basically Lucky had put it on the TV and I heard, who's the bloke who says, let's get ready to rumble?
Buff.
Mike Buffer?
Yeah.
Bruce Buffer?
Yeah, that guy started.
No, the boxing one. So that's Mike. Cool buff.
One of the buffers.
One of the Buffer brothers.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah, there's one that does the UFC, it's time. And then his half brother, Michael Buffer, I think, is the OG who did the Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Right.
UFC guys cheaper rate. Just
Yeah.
quietly.
Okay. So whatever.
Actually, I think that's copyrighted, the Let's Get Ready to Rumble. So we could be sued for even saying those words.
Sorry, sir.
Well, fair use, no? So we get up, and whatever. One of the Buffer brothers is speaking. So I'm like, all right,
play on.
well, it looks like this looks like it's ready to rumble. He hasn't said those words, but I can sense that it's time to rumble. So I wake up these boys, and then I go door knocking around the rest of the group.
And Ro, word for word, says to me and Raj, they're walking out. So remember those words. They're walking out.
Did he say they?
Yes.
Yeah, I said
So
that.
non-specific.
Yes.
Yeah, let's make that clear
They're
as well.
walking out, and then everyone comes in. And so we expect to see the fighters. We get to see the fighters. Keep in mind, by the way, my whoop recovery score is at 2%. Like, I'm on death's door because we slept cumulatively. Everyone slept an average of like 3 hours
The night
the whole
before
weekend.
we slept at 5.
Yeah.
And we got up at like 9 or something. So I was already on 4 hours the night before and then 4 hours this night.
Play
Yeah.
on.
So I was on, very...
Everyone's in trouble. So everyone's sitting down in front of the TV expecting Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev to walk out. And when I said they are walking out, I meant Busta Rhymes.
I walk upstairs, I walk into the TV room and I see fucking Busta Rhymes on the TV. And I look at Ro, and I look at Lucky, and I'm going back to sleep.
So Busta Rhymes has decided to do a 30-minute set in Saudi Arabia.
Great set,
Great
mind you.
performance, unbelievable performance.
And then he finished.
yeah.
And then Missy Elliott walks out. Oh, great. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
So really, like an hour pre-show. I'm working these guys up an hour earlier.
Did everyone stay for the pre-show?
Yeah, because it was too late. to go
You're
to
up
sleep.
at that point. I'm like, fuck, I'll just stay.
So everyone's making tea and coffee, and I'm enjoying Buster with his beautiful rhymes. And then finally, the fighters walk out. Now, the fight is in Saudi Arabia, as I said earlier. The bloke, what I learned that morning was Artur Beterbiev. Number one, he's from Dagestan. So he is Muslim. Number two, he's 23-0 with 23 knockouts. So I'm sitting here like, why
Have we?
have you put me against this knockout merchant? And then somebody's like, yeah, this guy like doesn't look like he punches hard, but he's like his fists are concrete.
What are the stats of your bloke?
He was 20-0, I think.
Yeah,
But
so-
only 12 knockouts or something like that.
So basically, now suddenly we've put money on the wrong bloke because everyone's like, oh, dude, this Beterbiev guy. He's like,
You don't bet against the Dagestanis, mate. They're
That's-
lethal.
anyways, whatever. We get the first couple of rounds, and I'll say this Beterbiev guy really started out super slow. Like Bivol's coming out in
Won
and
the
out
first couple rounds easy.
easily. And so we're sitting there pretty confident, right? And
Up on the scorecard, mate.
massively up on the score.
Easily. They put it up on the screen. You know, the TV scorecard had it at, he won the first 3 rounds.
And that's how I saw it as well.
Should have cashed
Yeah,
out.
Fair enough.
And so the fight's happening, this and that. Beterbiev's come back in, but at the end of the 12 rounds, he becomes the first fighter not to get out by this Dagestani knockout merchant.
Oh, so it goes to decision.
Goes to decision, and then we're sitting here like, I'm sitting here, everyone's confident.
The eye test said Bivol won comfortably.
You're saying where are we getting now 2 lunches now?
Exactly.
We have,
Yeah,
double the
I'm like,
money.
What's the
$700
next
bucks.
bet?
Wowee.
Yeah. And so we're super happy with this, right? My brother has like got his film camera, he's like camcorder out recording our reactions to us winning. Like, I think it was, I don't know what the payout was, $800 there or
$800,
thereabouts.
give or
Biggest bet
take.
I've put on my life. First drudge rocks up. It's a draw. I'm like, don't worry about that. We've got that sorted
got
as
that as
well,
well.
mate. Arbitrage, no doubt. The next 2 judges come out and say this Dagestani knockout merchant has claimed it. I look around, everyone is heartbroken. I'm sitting like, oh my, and I have lost everyone's money by deciding to do this. Now, the good thing is everyone thinks he was robbed. Fantastic. Why? And here I am looking at this later. 3 mistakes we made. Number 1, we bet on a bloke who was not from Dagestan.
Yeah.
We bet on a Muslim
We should have bet on the Muslim in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Do you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
fix was in to begin with.
Home game, mate.
Yeah.
home game advantage. And so, look, now we've lost the money. That's neither here nor there. We did have some drinks that we returned. So I got $85 back from the drinks. Now, my question to you is, Migs, what do I do with that $85? Do I split it and give everyone $3 each?
Do people know you return these drinks?
Everyone knows I
Yeah.
return the drinks.
Run it back.
Do I look for the next better beer fight
Absolutely.
and just load up?
Yeah, you look for a fight, to be completely honest. What is $3 per person?
Yeah, not much.
Chump, chump change, bro.
That's not moving the dial.
Who cares, bro? Have fun with the money on behalf of the team.
Okay,
Maybe Melbourne Cup
maybe. But is that coming up soon?
next week.
There you go. Maybe
Next
it's also that
Tuesday.
team can turn into degenerate gamblers over
Punters
time.
Club.
And this is just
Instead of Tuesday night at the footy field, Tuesday night at TAB.
yeah, at the dog park, Dapto Dogs. But this reminds me why I don't bet. I got to say, it's not a great feeling losing, but the feeling when the fight was happening, I can see why sports gamblers
Yeah.
they get the itch.
That is definitely the biggest bet I've ever been a part of. 400.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, we were thinking of dropping all 450 on the draw at $17 with a payout of $7,500. Everyone thought it should have been a draw as well. All the pundits.
You don't bet on a draw, mate. It's rigged. Boxing's rigged.
That is
man.
true.
All right, I got one thing this week, and as we've talked about in many, many episodes, me, Sen, Kush, we love a battle pass. But I have seen a battle pass in real life, and my God, it's crazy, dude. The beauty industry has a hold on women.
Oh, I have seen
I think you know what I'm
this.
talking. Do you know about the Mecca Beauty Loop, bro?
I do. I actually have a story about this.
All right, let me explain
Crazy.
for the listeners. So basically, what I believe, I haven't done extensive research, but my experience is you go to Mecca Beauty store or makeup store, you sign up to their rewards program or something, and then depending on how much you spend in, I believe, a month or some sort of time period, you're in a tier, right? Like how you can get Elite 1 in Foot Champs, for example. You can get I think gold tier, silver tier, bronze tier. And based on your tier, you get a nice little gift the next month, all right? The gifts they give are samples. And what I realize is these are just offcuts that random brands give to Mecca for free to promote products. So Mecca's not out of pocket for any of this.
It's genius.
But my God, they're like, oh, we've got, this sample of this $500 perfume, you got 0.5 mils, but people are like, oh, I really like this perfume. Let me spend $500 and let me get this sample the next month. And people,
Do you know what's in the sample pack the month before?
you don't, but you just know that, the better tiers have better
samples.
rewards, essentially.
It's loot boxes.
It's the loot boxes. Earl, but it's a hold because my partner, is part of this. And then there are a lot of TikToks about it. In this month's Beauty Loop, they have these items. And all the comments are I went to my Mecca, the day it came out and it's run out. The stock is all out.
Oh, so what happens
So
if it
they're
runs
going
out?
in their droves to get, they have multiple products, right?
Okay.
But
so it's like a McDonald's Happy Meal toy. There's multiple different.
yeah. Sometimes you can pick if the person serving you is nice.
Right.
Other times they just, here you go, here's your gift, call it a day.
It's like a Birkin bag.
Yeah.
They choose you.
But this is crazy. This is not blowing. I've never witnessed an real life battle pass, mate.
My partner's living in Port Macquarie at the moment, and her roommate is the number one Mecca super fan. She's whatever the top one is. I think she was telling me she spends over $10,000 on Mecca per year. And half of the reason is because of these little loot boxes that she gets.
This is crazy.
10 grand. So Cindy and her sister share the Mecca thing because it's they both buy from Mecca. You may as well share the same thing, share the loot box.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is unbelievable.
10 grand is fucked.
This reminds me of, those lucky boxes? You buy, I think our friend Glade bought a couple of football jerseys, but you just buy a box and it's luck of the draw. You spend $50 and you get 3 jerseys. But really it's just the offcuts that no one wants. It's the stock that doesn't
Oh, no,
sell.
sometimes I swear I've seen on TikTok. Some of them are pretty good.
I've seen it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, must be real. Must be real.
Yeah, convenient.
The battle pass for the Mecca stuff, I wish we had, low-key, I wish that there was something like this for dudes.
What do you mean?
Not Fortnite. IRL battle pass. I want physical products.
No, so similar vibe. If you go to Rebel, spend a couple hundred, next month you get a random piece of apparel.
Really?
No, that's not a thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying that could be.
I was going to say, I've never heard
but
of
then
that.
the apparel would be I don't know, Nike socks or something.
That would be nice. I would
Yeah,
cop
but
it.
you have to spend $500 a month before. Just buy the socks for 35s, mate.
Yeah, but then you can buy the samples. I don't know. There's something about the loot box that appeals to appeals to me.
I didn't know Sephora also did this. All of them,
So they all do it.
they all do it.
The thing is with the beauty brands, it's smart because they have to keep purchasing because they're going to do it anyway. They're going to buy makeup every month or whatever it may be. So I don't really have any recurring purchases that I constantly do. Do you?
No,
really.
So maybe that's why it doesn't work for blokes.
I'll have a petrol battle pass. That'd be sick. That would be nice.
Actually, yeah, dude. Although petrol's $1.50 at the moment. And I'm loving
What
it.
are you putting in your
91,
car?
brother,
Yeah,
91.
well, that's why.
Is there a safe way to store petrol at home?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
get barrels.
In the little gym
No,
cans.
I want it for my car for a good, whole stock.
Yeah, put it in the barrels.
150 now. I invest in some barrels. You're telling me.
Yeah, barrels of oil.
Yeah, people did that. So in COVID,
Is that not like dangerous to have barrels of oil at home?
Nah,
No,
what are
of
you
course
talking
not.
about?
Well, as long as you're not doing
Flammable, man.
No, well, obviously that don't put it near an open flame or anything like that. But during COVID, when petrol and oil hit like low prices, people were just buying barrels and keeping them in their house.
I did the dumbest thing actually at the petrol station last week. So I went to Port Mac to visit and I was coming back and I needed to pour a full tank. And I wanted to see how fast the petrol flowed out of the nozzle.
God.
And so instead of shoving the whole petrol thing in the hole for the car, I like kept it a little bit out just to see just see if I can aim it in, right? Just to see
So
how
you teased your car with the petrol.
I was teasing the car with the petrol.
Edging your
Yeah,
car.
you were edging it, bro.
Nah, I was
Bit of foreplay before you fill up.
I was just aiming.
What is wrong with
I
you?
was aiming the nozzle at the tank just to see because I just wanted to see the flow.
Yeah, sure.
And by the way, the blokes.
It tells you what the flow is.
Yeah, but I can't
you want
visualize
to
that in
see
my
it,
head.
Sen.
Do I know what
0.6 liters per minute or whatever it is.
I've got
or
no idea
per
what that
second.
looks like IRL. So I've put the gun a little bit away from the thing and I've started spraying.
What a waste of petrol.
And the thing is, the bloke, obviously, I don't know. This guy takes
Wait,
so
who?
long. The guy who presses the
Oh, to
button
unlock it.
to let
Yeah,
me
yeah,
pour
yeah,
my
yeah,
petrol, that
yeah,
takes
yeah.
ages. And so the recoil actually was pretty significant. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting like how much recoil. And so for like half a second, I've basically just like gone up and petrol's gone all over my legs. And now I'm sitting here like, oh, I don't know what to do
Were you
here.
wearing like long pants?
I was wearing shorts.
Ah, thank God.
Is that good?
Yeah, because your pants would be completely stained with petrol. I don't think you can get that shit out.
Yeah, well, I was more concerned about me lighting on fire. Like, to be perfectly honest.
You're not going to light on fire based on
You
that.
never know.
Dude, literally my legs are just covered in petrol, right?
Did you go have a shower?
No, I couldn't. I was in Port Macquarie. I was like halfway. I was in the middle of nowhere.
So you smelt like petrol for the rest of the day.
Yeah, 4-hour car ride.
Oh my
I'm sitting there.
God.
The thing is, I'm like
Getting
now
high in your own car off the
the fumes.
Have you changed clothes at least?
I had to change the clothes.
Did you change clothes?
No, because it was on my legs.
legs, brother.
I can't change my legs.
Wipe it. I don't know.
And so I went to pay, and that was the scariest like 30 steps of my life because the bloke in front of me bought a lighter, and I was sitting here like, dude, don't start flicking, brother.
Bro's got a light on the plate. Make sure you get the little squidgy that you use to wipe the windshield. Just wipe your legs, man.
No,
Rinse off.
I could have done all those things. I just got in my car and just drove. I thought, it'll just dry out eventually.
Why do you do this monkey business?
Were you the one with the conspiracy that petrol's not real?
No,
When you fill up, like, who knows what's going in the car?
No, I never. Obviously, I knew it was real. The car just
How did the car go
just keep going for fun.
Yeah, but no one's ever seen the petrol, except for you now. No one's ever seen the petrol go in.
Let me just make this very clear, right? I've never believed that petrol is a figment of my imagination. I just wanted to see how fast it came out.
All right.
Public service comes out pretty quick.
So
Do not try.
recommend put it all the way in.
All the way in.
Go nozzle deep and then
Please.
fill up.
And then fill up.
Fair enough.
I think this episode comes out on Wednesday, and the one
Yep.
after that will come out on the Wednesday after, which is the day of the US election.
Wow.
Aunty Kamala. Are we getting around her or are we pro Donny?
Well, I don't
I
really
have,
pay.
I have no say in the,
I don't really
the
care.
matter.
You have no interest?
As in zero interest. I think Donny's going to win. I'm obviously
Really?
pro
I'm
Kamala.
pro Kamala, just to
Yeah.
get that out there right now.
That's not what you were saying off air.
But it would be interesting. It would be kind of funny, honestly, to see Donny win low key. It'd be like him and Elon just controlling the country.
Donny's a heavy favorite at $1.57.
Oh, really? Do I load up on him then for
I reckon
$85?
Kamala $2.40. You can get around that.
Good odds.
Put the $85 on that maybe.
Nah, dude, I can't. I think I see. I saw a clip of like the Nelk boys on Donald Trump's.
Yeah, they're like best mates.
A lot of influencers are getting around, male influencers are getting around the Don.
Yeah, the Don brought them on his plane, like private jet.
Oh, seriously?
And so again, Sen, your idea of turning this podcast into a right wing one
I've been saying
grows
that.
more enticing by the day.
I think young men, for some reason, are very extremely right wing.
They've been suppressed, dude. You know,
Dude, we could be millionaires in 3 months, I reckon, if we just went off the cliff, went all conspiracy right wing.
but like these opportunities don't come to the leftists. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't see Aunty Kamala. Oh, she went on the Call Her Daddy podcast. To be fair, that's
She
pretty
went
interesting.
on, and she went on Fox News as well. Fair play to her.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she went on actual Fox, like right-wing Fox News, and like
Why?
tried to take him on.
That's but I don't care about that. We're entertainers, right?
Yeah.
What kind of opportunities can we get from politicians? It's more interesting in the US, I feel, because like really, do you want to get in a plane with Albanese? Like, does that
really.
have any interest?
Zero interest
Yeah.
We
whatsoever.
can talk about how he's trying to cut the credit card surcharges, mate. Is that not interesting to the
Is he?
wider public?
I didn't know that. That's actually good policy from
There
him.
you go.
Well
But
done.
surely you have to get the crazies, like a Bob Catter or something like
I
that.
don't think Bob Catter will
Like Pauline
do well
Hanson.
with us, respectfully.
Yeah.
Let's give Pauline Hanson a platform. That's what we need in 2024.
Because I think it is just interesting, like the opportunities that entertainers get in the US, because it feels like politicians are so, I guess they're trying to appeal to the younger voters.
They're
and how they
desperate
do
for the
that.
young vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw, didn't Trump go on Joe Rogan?
Oh, really? I
He
don't
went on
know.
Joe
He
Rogan.
also,
But then
went
I
on,
saw
he also went on Theo Von.
he went on Theo Von. And then I saw like Kamala at her rally. She's been getting like Eminem, Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen.
Coming in endorse. I feel like Donald seems to have the bigger reach. Like
Does
Joe
he?
Rogan is the biggest podcast
That
in the
is
world.
true.
Theo Von is also big.
Fairly big.
You get Eminem, who like, when was the last time you listened to an Eminem song? I know he's been putting out these albums. I know he has, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like the star power just isn't there for Aunty Kamala.
Yeah,
Be honest, if Donnie asked to come on the podcast, would we say yes?
Absolutely.
What about Kamala?
I'm saying yes to both. What are you crazy?
I don't really have any
Then he's
interesting.
neutral.
I know. I don't really have anything interesting to say to Kamala Harris, though.
And you have interesting things to say to Donnie?
I feel like it'd just be so interesting to just listen to this guy speak. Like he's 70 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
Cognitive decline, but he's just ravenous for the
Never
presidency.
answers the question, just goes off in his own little agenda.
Yeah. I
Asking
feel
about his Macca's shift potentially.
like you can clown him. Yeah, that's
Wait, what was his Macca shift?
He worked at Macca's for a day.
As in back in the day or
No, the other day.
as a 70-year-old man?
Yeah, there's a 7-year-old man. He put the apron on. He served the chips. He got a drink. There was a paid actor that went through the drive-thru and glazed him for about a minute.
it's giving Charlie D'Amelio working at Walmart vibes, you know?
But he does have that kind of like cult-like status. Like his supporters see him as a god. Imagine having that much power, man. That's,
but I don't know-
I also would be a
Would you go
egotistical
mad with
maniac.
power settings?
Absolutely, anyone would. If you had people who would literally kiss the ground you walked on, you also would think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread.
And he survived 2 assassination attempts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Like, oh, you don't think so?
They were inside jobs.
Nah.
Do you think the first one at least was first one an inside job?
The bloke shot his ear or whatever.
Yeah, inside job.
Okay. Well, we're not going to go into this, but it's definitely not an inside job. But I think like the thing is with the left-wing politicians, they're too reasonable.
Yeah, they're too
They're too sensitive. They're speaking facts. They're not appealing to the emotions. They're
Correct,
appealing to
correct.
facts. Whereas Donnie is just,
That's why he's more. I feel like he's more our style, dude. He just says things. There's no worry about any kind of repercussions or fact checking.
and that's great in an entertainer. But
In the entertainment industry, it's,
dare I say just-
accepted,
but as
encouraged.
the politician, number one, this is the thing with Americans, man. They see Donald Trump and they're like, oh, he says what he thinks or whatever. But they just don't realize that he needs to run a country. And it's not like running a business or running like,
I mean, he couldn't even run a business either.
I thought he was a pretty successful businessman.
So
now.
he went like filed for bankruptcy once or twice.
I feel like those
Those
guys.
scams, no? I think.
Yeah, those blokes
how he
file for.
operates.
Yeah, Trump University. We
What
go
is
join.
that? Is that Andrew Tate's?
No, he actually has a
Adjacent
university.
Well, what is Trump? Is that a legitimate
It's a
institution?
legitimate. I'm pretty sure it's. I don't know if it's legitimate, but it's an institution of education. You can get a degree or diploma or whatever.
And it's recognized by, if I go to a job interview and I have a bachelor's or whatever,
Trump
a degree
uni.
in
I'm sure.
Trumponomics. Is
Yeah.
that getting accepted?
I'm sure some. If you go to Louisiana or Texas or something, I'm sure they'll.
Yeah, that's like the Harvard of Louisiana. That's what I've heard.
Are there any far right podcasts in Australia? Is this a
I think
niche in the market? That
Isaac Butterfield.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
super
But's
far
one.
right. Is that his podcast name?
yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's what it's just called on. I think Instagram. But yeah,
Sure, there's a few just on our radar.
Yeah, that's not on my For You page, to be fair.
neither.
Yeah, to be honest, like, I mean, I wish Kamala well. I really do, but I just think that she's getting outclassed by the bigger man. You know what I mean? Like, I do want her to win, but I just think it's so unlikely, mate. People just are ravenous for Trump.
That's why we should get around it, dude.
I don't wanna
Imagine
get-
a couple of ethnic guys who are extremely right wing, bro. They would love us. They'd froth us.
Yeah.
We're like Vivek Ramaswamy, dude. They'd absolutely love us.
Have you seen those clips? Oh, dude, I just see all these random clips of like, Vivek destroys university student. Like, just,
Yeah, well done. You beat a 17-year-old.
That's so dumb, man. But I don't want, look, I'll be honest, I do not want to become a far right podcast. It's hard to, I mean, I need to believe the lie. That's the problem. And I just don't think I'll ever stoop that low.
I think we could.
You reckon?
Very
I think
easily.
you could.
And
If you do, I wish you well in your endeavors. I will not be joining.
Can you really, with a straight face, tell like Bob Catter's, I don't know, Pauline Hanson's
I reckon you could
espousing her views
comfortably.
on immigration and be like,
Yes.
yeah, we should keep the brownies out. And you, as a brown man, be like, yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that feels yucky. I couldn't do it.
But then you should see the paycheck we get for it.
Oh yeah. If the zeros are big enough, then maybe.
There's enough commas on that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, your morals are there until suddenly you've seen the millions and it's out the window. Leave us a comment if you think we should go right wing.
And by we, Sen. I'm not joining him on this adventure.
Yeah, I agree. Sen, maybe you can start your own spin-off podcast, like
If
a
you'd
solo.
like to join Sen on his,
Yeah.
any right-wing fanatics out there want to start a pod with Sen, let us know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing Scattergories. It's a bit weird having only 3 of us now, low-key.
Yeah.
Because like, if I'm organizing the game, it's just head-to-heads.
Come back, Kush.
So it's very simple. I give you a topic, for example, cars. And you boys have to go head-to-head against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And first one to fumble loses.
So we're going back and forth. One answer each.
One answer each.
Till someone can't come up with an answer.
Exactly right. So category number 1. We go desserts.
Donut.
It's not a dessert.
It's a dessert.
No, it's not. You can have it at breakfast.
You're a donut, bro. It is a dessert.
I mean, yeah, technicalities on the first one, really. I'm going to count it as a dessert because you can't have it for dessert. Just because it's not exclusively dessert, doesn't make it
You
a
tell
dessert.
me after a meal you ain't go to a Krispy Kreme, get an original glaze or 2 and call it a day.
And
Not
simply,
in a
what is
long
dessert?
time.
It is the meal after your main course.
Go on, Sen.
Tiramisu.
That's not cake.
Such a broad ice cream.
Churro.
Gulab jamun.
Let you fly.
Here we go. Wait, rattle a Filipino dessert.
Halo.
Bingsu.
Oh, he's good, this one. Is bubble tea a dessert?
Nah, I won't count bubble taste dessert.
You wouldn't.
No way, that's a drink.
Miguel,
Count it.
you would count it. That is a dessert.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Waffle. Blue waffle.
Pancakes.
Oh, pancakes are breakfast food technically as well, mate.
Same with donuts, so play on.
Fruit.
Yes. Stop looking at me. Just play the
It's not a
game.
dessert. Custard.
Go to a yum cha, they give you fruit afterwards, mate. Come on. Mango pudding.
Yogurt.
All right, this is okay. You guys clearly are not taking this seriously. Manu wins. Yogurt is not a dessert.
I put frozen in front, I'll take you.
Nah,
But bro's gone like Yoplait yogurt or some
yeah,
shit.
you can have that for dessert.
When's the last time you had a Yoplait after a meal?
Maybe 5-6 years ago.
No, we're not counting it.
I'm sure someone did it last night.
I'm sure someone had fucking petrol as dessert last night or some shit.
Nah, let's not be silly now.
Score is 1-0, and I need you to take this very seriously because it seems like we're just having a laugh. The next one is vegetables.
Eggplant.
Carrot.
Pumpkin.
Onion.
Potato.
Shallot.
Peas.
Walnut. Leek.
Celery.
Oh man, I'm like bok choy.
Capsicum.
Gailan.
What?
Chinese broccoli, mate.
Okay. Yams.
Spinach.
Sweet potato.
Brussels sprouts.
Broccoli.
Snow peas.
Asparagus. I said peas before.
Snow peas.
Snow peas different.
Oh, okay. All right.
Comes in the shell still, mate. Come on.
Okay. All right.
Broad beans. Exactly, mate. That's
Is that legitimately a veggie?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure. Nah, I'm out.
All right. Manu.
good. I was scraping towards the end.
Score is 2-0. The next category is authors. How cultured are you?
Authors.
Think about all the books we read in high school.
Yeah. All
Oh.
right.
I mean, anyone's an author these days.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Manu, you can start. Score is
Jake.
2-0.
J.K. Rowling.
Is Andrew Tate an author?
Does he have a book?
I think he does.
Why would you start there?
Fine. George R. R. Martin.
Jesus Christ.
This is horrendous.
This is
we
we're
do not
stuck.
read. We don't read.
Pia Mia has a book.
Pia Mia is the third author you named.
Who's PME? I don't even know who
The
this person
singer
is.
The singer from
who made
Yonks ago.
one song.
She got a book, mate. It's called something sequins, seashells, or some shit.
Why do you know that? This is a bit of Kiribati. Why do you know that?
I'm in the circles, mate.
You're in the circles with Pia Mia.
I'm not in the circles. My missus is a fan and bought the book. That's
Tolkien.
James Clear.
Who's that?
Tommy
You know
Habits.
Atomic Habits like that?
All
Come
right.
on, man.
Sir
That's not
Arthur
you.
Conan Doyle.
Do poets count as authors?
They've written a book.
I think poets are poets.
Yeah.
But they have a book of poetry potentially.
Then maybe, but you have to name the poetry book.
Shit. I don't read, bro. I think I'm out.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, all right. Senny takes that. Honestly, might have been. Look, that might have been worse than when me and Mig spelled every single word wrong.
I thought if push comes to shove, I was going to start naming Luke,
Matthew.
John, Matthew, just all the different gospels.
I was just gonna name people that have autobiographies, but I feel like
That also would have been
I
fair
feel like
play.
that would have been a bit
Shane
pushing it.
Warne, King of Spin or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
That would've been
Michael
like
Clark.
Sir Alex Ferguson, Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have dropped
could've
all
done
those
that.
names, mate.
Distasteful, I feel.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. Score is 2-1. Let's see how in touch with the common man you boys are. The next category is tools.
All right. You want to start?
Bro, hit.
Hammer.
Hammer.
Come on.
Screwdriver.
Screw.
A tool.
That's not a tool.
Oh, I was just fucking around.
No. Score is 2-all. Tough luck, Migs. All right, we'll go best of 7. Oh, I want a big segment. I want to
Give us an easy
back
one
and
there.
forth. I mean, come on.
Give us like footy players or something.
You want footy players? Let's go footy players.
Yeah, I mean, no. Well, then we'll just be sitting here for the next 10 minutes naming.
But I want like this.
Yeah, you could easily do. But is this entertaining to anyone to listen to?
All right. English Premier League football players.
Current or
Current.
all time?
Current.
Queven Kelleher,
Oh my God. Andre Onana.
Allison,
Mazraoui.
Trent Alexander-Arnold,
Tom Heaton.
Connor Bradley,
Delict.
Konate,
Maguire.
Van Dijk,
Lindelof.
Gomez,
Martinez.
Kwanzaa,
Shaw.
Simicas,
Malacia.
Robertson,
Dalot. This is what you want? This is what you want?
McAllister,
Collier.
Mate, it's not running him. Go
Gravenberch.
start
Dan
choose-
Gore.
Endo,
Salah.
Curtis Jones,
Casemiro.
Harvey Elliott,
Garte.
Soboslai,
Mine.
Darwin Núñez,
Mount.
Yakpo,
Bruno. Fernandez.
Louis Diaz,
Amad Diallo.
Jota,
Anthony.
Chiesa.
Rashford.
I think I've named the entire Liverpool starting 11 and bench. Let's move to another team.
All right.
Robert Sanchez,
Garnacho.
Badia Chile,
Hoyland.
Madueke,
Xerxes.
Palmer.
Vicario.
Why did I choose Chelsea? I don't know him that
I don't
well.
know.
Let's go David Raya,
Pedro Porro.
Ben White,
Dragusin. this is actually what you want? This is so fucking...
William Saliba,
Van de Ven.
Gabriel,
Romero.
Tomiyasu,
Destiny
incredible.
Udogi.
Timber,
Ben Davies.
Caliafori.
Pape Mate Sarr.
I'm gonna call this one a draw.
It's what you wanted,
Wait,
bro.
I'm only at the defensive Arsenal. I haven't even got to the midfield.
Yeah, same. I just got to the midfield, lad.
I mean,
No, we'll fucking move on.
that's actually impressive.
No, we'll call that a draw.
All right.
It's autistic knowledge.
Wow. So we finally found the one thing that you boys are good at.
Yeah.
Just rattling off football players. Do you reckon you could have done the whole league?
We could do the top 6 easily.
Yeah, and then
And
the
then
major
smattering. We could do
players.
the big players of the other clubs.
Score is 3-all with the draw.
Thank you.
We move to the next category is restaurants in Sydney. Let's go. San, you start.
All right, Hubert.
Restaurants. What's a restaurant these days? Do we count chains or just raw dog?
Ask
Bravo. Why are we stalling here?
Toddies.
Yeah.
Caliaville Chinese.
That's crazy. That's a great shout, but that's crazy. Moto Mio.
Ginger and shallots.
Master Hot Pot.
Yeah. Jimmy's Falafel.
What's that one? Sushi.
Holy Baz.
Dude, this is crazy. The
Nah, this is way too long.
I'm out.
This is
Wow.
Senny takes that restaurants.
because I
apparently.
only have chains come to my mind.
Chuck the chains out.
Oh, I got a little verbal about it.
As in, like, what chain you took to KFC and stuff?
No, as in
Like
like
Chat Thai.
yeah, those type of vibes.
I was actually going to say Chat Thai
Those,
next.
those are all restaurants.
Run tape back. I was getting verbals.
Score is 4-3. Well done, Sen. You take it out just from 2-0 behind as well. It's a good
Crazy,
comeback.
Crazy.
Oh, well. As always, this episode is sponsored by our good friends at Manscaped. And you guessed it, we're talking about the scalp buffer once more.
Oh my God.
Can you believe? Heads up, boys and girls. No, not the ones down there. You pigs. Filthy pigs. Listen up. Forget your balls for a second. In brackets, they're great, don't worry. And meet the new MVP of your shower routine, the scalp buffer. No, it's not just another razor or deodorant for the Southern Hemisphere. Those are great too. It's about giving your scalp a little tender love and care. Let's talk about why this is the only silicone toy you'll need in the shower. Now,
Is that actually what they've written?
yeah.
That's a crazy thing to write.
So, I mean,
What are your favorite silicone toys to use in the shower, Manu?
Absolutely, the scalp buffer and nothing else.
Good answer.
they again, they're right. Come up with a funny story about you in the shower. Anyone have any funny stories again?
Let's actually explore what silicone toys are blokes using? Because obviously this is an ad read aimed at scalp buffer could be anyone, I guess male. But Manscaped is predominantly a male brand, right? What silicone toys are blokes using in the toilet?
You know what they're trying to insinuate, Senny?
I know, but that's a more of a female thing, isn't it?
Who's discriminating? Silicon doesn't discriminate, Sen.
Silicone, yeah. I don't. Oh wow, I'm not really sure. I personally, mate, in my shower there is no silicone whatsoever. There is honestly, I'll be
Same.
honest. What's in the shower, right? There's the Manscaped shampoo. There's a Manscaped conditioner. I think it's a 2-in-1. And they got the Manscaped body wash.
And a stool. You ever sit down and shower?
Sometimes, like
Shower beers.
legs crossed. I don't have a stool.
Legs crossed.
Yeah.
Wait, so you just sit down on your cold tiles.
It's hot because the water's been running.
True,
over
but
it.
you sit down on your tiles.
I mean, this is on everyday things, and this is sometimes when you just want to
have
sit.
you ever done this, Manu?
I haven't done this, no.
Seriously,
No.
No.
try it. It's cathartic.
I've done the stool, getting a share.
Are we meant to tell a funny shower story?
It is a funny
Just about-
shower
just
story
in general?
Yeah.
Someone at work has told me after a night out, they'll have to waffle stomp.
Oh, that's
But
disgusting.
that's actually a chat, bro. Why would you bring that up?
Funny, see, Leroy's laughing.
It's a good
No,
story.
but who brings that up at work?
He's very proud of it.
So he takes a dump and then just
No, I think
stomps it down.
it's from the mouth. So after a night out, you need to vomit
Yeah.
instead of maybe going to the toilet, putting down the toilet.
Oh, then I'm okay with that.
Does it all over right in front of the hole in the shower, and then bang, uses his foot to get it down the shower.
I'm actually pretty okay with that. That type of waffle stomping.
Speaking of rare units, I know someone that thought that diarrhea meant from both ends. So like obviously from the anus, but they also thought like when you projectile vomit, that's also
Verbal
part
diarrhea.
of So they would like be at work and then like maybe they were feeling sick and they're like, oh, I just diarrheaed in the toilet.
Famously not the shower, but
Yeah.
funny
Funny
aside.
bathroom story.
Yeah, so funny. But who can't use a little head massage in the shower, really?
That's what I'm saying. When you're sitting on your stool center, when I'm sitting, legs crossed sometimes, I would love a head massage. to be
I
perfectly
actually back
honest.
this product highly. It'll feel lovely every time you wash your hair.
Yeah. And because it's silicone, it's obviously very healthy. I'll read out some couple of stats.
I just can't get the image of Rowe just doing the Erling Haaland in his own shower.
Butt naked.
Yeah.
It's not every
Wang
time.
out and everything.
It's really special occasions. The lights are off as well when that happens. It's a
Cathartic.
it's a sinister affair.
It's the world's longest ad read. Can you please read a few things out?
All right, look, basically there's heaps of stuff, right? The scalp buffer is designed to stimulate blood flow to your hair follicles. The handy hanging notch makes storage effortless. Just hang it up. It's ready for your next shower. You can pair it with the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner from Manscaped for the ultimate hair care routine. It's really amazing. So
if you want to be like Ro,
please,
right? First, you prepare for your shower. You buy the scalp buffer, manscaped.com. You buy the scalp buffer.
TCB.
TCB. You go on a night out, right? You go home. You go to the shower. You get the water running and everything. You turn off the lights.
You throw up.
You
No.
you get butt naked. All right, you go to the shower, then you throw up, and you stomp it down the toilet.
You sit on
and
it.
then you proceed to sit down.
You're on
and
top
then
of
you
your
scalp off your head, and there you go, basically row.
It's a delightful routine, except the waffle stopping. Just make that very clear. I sit down in the shower, I don't waffle stop.
But you use a scalp buffer, of course.
Oh, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
TCB,
TCB.
check out 20% off and free shipping. Alrighty, final segment for today is Am I the Asshole? We've gone onto Reddit and we found a couple of good posts, and we're going to read them out and we're going to discuss ourselves if we think the person is an asshole. So I'll start us off. My first one, it's titled, Am I the Asshole for explaining what a gift is to my wife? The post goes, last year for my birthday, my wife gave me a present. I opened it up and it was a puzzle. I was told to put it together, which I did, and it had a vague London scene on it. Then I was told to flip the entire puzzle over and found that the back of the puzzle had the word surprise written on it. I didn't really understand where it was going, but my wife told me that she was taking me to see my favourite football team play in London. I was pretty blown away by this, so I asked, when were we going? She told me she didn't know my schedule, so she hadn't booked anything. I asked her if she had talked to a travel agent or if she had saved any money to do this. I'm the only one that works in our house, in brackets. No, she said. I just figured you would look into it and book it. Here we are a year and a half later, and I've been unable to take time off, and I've also been unable to come up with expendable income to buy tickets for both of us to travel to England and attend the match. And every once in a while, she brings up the fact how disappointed she is that I've not appreciated her gift. I finally turned on her one day and explained to her what a gift was and how giving me permission to do something that I wanted to do but can't afford to do with the stipulation that I arrange all the travel and expenses was not an actual gift. Now she's offended and hurt that I don't appreciate the gift she has given me. Am I the asshole?
Said it perfectly. The gift was permission.
The gift, yeah. Well, the gift was the thought of giving a gift, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what to do with this because it's actually a pretty difficult situation because he's not really the arsehole.
No.
I mean, she's definitely the arsehole in this situation.
I don't think she's the asshole either. I mean, the intentions were pure.
Not really. The intentions are pretty...
If she actually went and tried to book something and,
I think the fact that she, a year later, has been disappointed and upset and all that's arsehole behavior, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, the puzzle thing, the first part was confusing
that's
to
very
me
cute.
as well. It was cute, but I'm saying like, you do the puzzle, nice. You turn it around. I don't even know how you turn around a puzzle. Do you know how to turn around a puzzle?
I'm surprised he didn't do it beforehand. Like at one point, yeah, surely.
Well, it's
a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, how many
I'm
pieces
sure it's like
are we
16 pieces or something. I don't think it's 1,000 pieces.
Dude, I'm thinking, you flipping a 500-piece puzzle. But surprise, beautiful, mate. This guy's had the time of his life. I'm going to get you tickets to London to see your football game.
That's actually a beautiful.
If she followed through,
in theory,
great gift. But
that was never the gift, bro. The gift was you were allowed to take me to London whilst you can watch your football team.
And you pay for it.
Exactly.
I don't work, so you come up with the funds.
That's crazy.
It's like when Homer got Marge a bowling ball for her birthday.
It's the gift you'll never buy yourself.
Exactly.
The perfect gift. The gift for you is a gift for me.
That is a horrific gift from her.
And then if you think about it, the fact that being able to go is a gift. How's it been beforehand? You know, has she always been like, you can't go to London or you can't? You reckon that's the context behind why this is, in her eyes, such a great gift?
No, I don't know. I think she just thought, he likes football. He'd love to see a football game. But
what's the minimum? What if she just bought the tickets to the game but no flights? Is that fair play?
If she bought anything, that's lovely.
A step in the right direction.
Exactly.
So let's say she booked the flights.
Because if she's like, oh, I know, like she put the thought in, like, I know there's a game on 10th of December. I've arranged some flights for us, but you know, I don't work, so I can't afford the game ticket, but you can buy one. That's fair play. She's at least done something.
Yeah. But if you buy the game tickets but not the flight, I don't know really where I stand on that. Because it's really like a half job. And what I don't like is half jobs. Do you know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to get to the... Now I've got to fund... I don't know where these people live.
So there's no winning with her. She had to have booked everything.
As if she promised everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't promise the whole world if you're not going to deliver.
That is true. Don't come
like, why would you say, hey, I'm going to take you to your favorite football game. we're going to fly there, this and that, and then not do any of it.
Yeah.
And even if you say that, don't do half of it.
Yeah.
Just
Fair enough.
Buy the movie ticket. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll be happy with that as well.
It's a big arsehole.
All right.
Sorry, not the arsehole.
Not the arsehole. All right, next up, user kind yesterday 3237.
Shouting out. Reddit users now.
Shout
That's
out.
it.
Shout
Says,
out you, user. Whatever.
am I the
Ladies,
arsehole
man.
for demanding that my niece or her parents pay me back for the hundreds of dollars of perfume she stole from me?
All right.
And then in brackets, she says, note, I'm not involving the police, suing anyone, etc. Please don't argue with me about this or convince me why I should.
Oh my
This is in the
God.
title?
This is like
Big
maybe an
title.
edit.
Yeah,
There's
okay,
they've put it in
gotcha.
there as well. So she says, I have a perfume collection that I started when I was a teenager, slinging burritos as my first job. I have over 400 bottles at this point. I take great pride in my collection and I use it. I'm also happy to give people decent samples of my bottle. Let them sample a spray or two, give some bottles as gifts, etc. What I have a huge issue with is my 17-year-old niece coming into my home under the guise of walking my dog, decanting bottles on her own, and then selling the samples to her little friends. She thinks that because I have so many bottles, I wouldn't notice some missing or getting massive dents in them. Well, little Miss Entrepreneur, what she failed to realize is that her private Instagram wasn't friends only or whatever. And I saw each and every story with each price and sample that she had. I tally that up and I got a pretty good estimate based on cost per ounce. Thankfully, she mostly picked the TikTok famous perfumes like Bianco Latte and Escapade Gourmand
Of course.
and didn't go for the rare niche bottles of perfume. She did snatch an entire 2.5 ounce of Baccarat Rogue though, which runs at $300 a bottle at most
yeah.
retailers,
It's expensive.
as well as full bottles of perfumes you can get at Sephora like Marc Jacobs Daisy, Burberry Her Elixir, Flower Bomb, etc. Petty or not, I printed out the entire list of what she'd taken, price estimate, and handed it off to my sister, her mum. I said that I expect to be paid back in full. And of course, her sneaky little ass never allowed in my home again. My sister got super pissy with me going on about how my niece is just a little kid. Kids make mistakes, etc. I said, yes, kids make mistakes. And this is a great way for my niece to learn from hers. Their argument is now that the money she was going to use for a car has to go towards paying me back. I don't care. She's lucky that I have no interest involving the police, small claims or any of that. But am I the asshole because she's a teenager?
Yes, massively. This woman sounds unhinged.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Baccarat Rouge goes for a lot, man. Like 500 wax for a whole bottle.
Or what did I say? Baccarat Rogue.
Rogue.
Sorry.
It's a bit rogue, but was there a total? Did she ever reveal a total?
I think you said.
No, I
Or
don't
was the
think
600?
title like couple hundred? Is that what she
I thought you said
they
600 or 6,000.
No,
No monetary value.
no monetary value here.
Oh, that's a red flag then. I mean, I reckon this was like $50 or $100.
Nah, bro. It was a whole bottle of Baccarat Rouge,
I
540,
don't think she took the whole bottle.
I think she took the whole bottle of the Baccarat Rouge.
Don't
That's
worry about
expensive.
it.
And then plus all these other offcuts.
Little small samples to sell to her friends.
It's
Honestly,
like, let's say, you had a nephew, Senny, goes around your house every now and again,
Yeah.
yanks one of your Liverpool jerseys every now and again,
Nah, it'll be fine.
and sells it on the market.
I'd honestly be okay with
And at the end of the day, you're down 10 jerseys.
but it's not a little nephew, it's 17-year-old nephew.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So year 12.
Like I reckon age, honestly up to like 14, I'm praising his enterprising little spirit. At age 17, I'm having a couple of words. I'm probably not going
You're not.
into
What form of justice is enough for you?
into-
Having a word?
Yeah, I think just a word, an apology.
Yeah, I think getting the sister
You can't be shaking
Do we
down
know how
your
old the OP is, the poster?
as in,
Are
I
they
have
like,
no idea.
do you reckon they're like 20 or they're like 30?
Nah, sounds like a Karen, dude.
Sister.
30s, 40s for
30s,
sure.
40s, I reckon.
Yeah, just let it go, man.
Just let it go.
Have a verbal. I agree.
Yeah.
Get
Stern word.
Get your sister to be like, teach your kid this is not right.
Mm.
But let bygones be bygones.
She's banning the niece from her house.
Nah, that's crazy behavior.
Man from your room, I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't enter my room. You've taken my stuff. Don't do it again.
And it's also like a one-off thing because like obviously if it's stories,
One off is.
no, it's like on stories, right? So she's just seen this girl like come in because I don't know. The story says every time she comes into my house, she steals some perfumes, and then so she's watching the stories and seeing her perfumes being stolen, and then not having
Not
a word,
doing anything,
like
yeah, that
until
doesn't add
when? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna assume it's a one-time thing. This she's a bit of a smash and grab. Chucked like 10 samples on Instagram. That is a word.
Yeah.
That is tell your niece, but hey, I don't appreciate that. Don't steal from me. I'm happy to give you some perfume to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But just don't steal.
I don't know. What do the comments say?
Comment says not the asshole.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well.
Nah.
In terms of extreme, don't pay back, but there needs to be some sort of justice, man.
Nah, she sounds psycho.
No, because
What
Fair enough.
justice do you want to give?
no, because why is the but I can see it. No, as in like because when she goes to the sister and the sister's like pushing back, that's a bit like, come on. You
Of
should
course
know.
the sister's going to defend her child.
No, but you can defend in a way where you also accept that it's wrong.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, look, I know. Oh, well, she might have did actually because she's like, oh, what did the
She's a
sister say?
child. She said she's
A
a child.
child.
Yeah.
No, she was being a little bit assholey as well.
But then that's the side of the sister that posted, you know. We don't know the actual
I was like,
conversation.
with all these stories, we only ever hear one side. And of course, it's going to sound very.
And we are definitely people who want to hear both sides of the story. But if the sister accepts it's wrong, the mother, and it's like, yeah, look, I know it's wrong, but it's a bit, much to get a 70-year-old to pay back the money. I think that's a fair balance.
I think.
But I can see why she's triggered because even her sister's saying like, come on, what are you going to do?
No, the sister's like, oh, I'm saving this money for my kid's car.
Yeah.
I can't really afford to pay you back
But it's
for the
her money.
perfumes.
It's the poster's money
It is the poster's money.
at the
That's
end of
what,
the day.
if I was the parent, I'd be like, I would make the 17-year-old pay back the sister. And I would say, get a job, like go to McDonald's, like go pay her back.
Yeah.
Like the sister doesn't really need
Sling
to pay.
I think
burritos or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I think that's what you need. You need the mother of the child
Correct.
to be on your side to an extent.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously not just, bend down and be like, yeah, well, I'll pay you back the 600, 700, whatever it is. But some sort of like, yeah, look, I know it's wrong. We'll sort out something.
Yeah.
Maybe even she'll help you do some chores around the house for.
But she was calling her
couple weeks or
niece a
something.
sneaky bitch and all that. That's crazy language.
Because
to
her
use.
perfume collection is ruined.
This woman cares more about her perfume than her family, apparently.
But
That's wild.
She has like 400 bottles or something.
How are you defending this?
I'm not defending, but
Okay.
that shows you the character of this person.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think both things can be true. Like this Karen seems to be a bit caught up in the perfume.
Neurodivergent from the sounds of it.
Like you could it's so easy to have a conversation with your sister, be like, hey, your niece is stealing money. Like let's teach
And
her
it's
a
the fact
lesson.
she went to the extent to calculate the actual cost and everything.
Yeah, what is it, $1
That's
per
a bit
ounce?
much.
$1 per ounce. That's
Definitely some tizzy behavior.
too much.
All right, I've got one. And someone posted this on r/soccer. So entertain me for a bit, boys.
How'd you end up on the r/soccer when we were on Am I the Arsehole?
It's called doing expansive research, man. You can look at every corner of the internet. Anyways, the story goes, it's also translated, so, some of the details might not be as clear, but here we go. Good evening. As the title says, unfortunately today, an athlete stole a shirt from me that was meant to be autographed by him. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was browsing a vintage football shirt store and found an unofficial, it's bold and in italics, it's supposed to put, unofficial match shirt, which was not worn by him, but had the patches applied to make it look like a match shirt. The seller clearly stated that it wasn't official, nor was it worn in a match, and I bought the shirt and received it on Wednesday. Excited today on a Thursday, I went to the stadium after training to get his autograph. As soon as he saw it, he immediately asked where it came from and where I got it from. I consistently explained that I bought it and even showed proof that it had nothing to do with him or his belongings. He grabbed the shirt, asked to take it off my hanger, then put it on the passenger seat of his car, rolled up the window, and just drove off.
Okay.
For a few minutes, I was in complete shock at what just happened. Even the people around me said they would have gone straight to the police, so that's what I did. And some people even recorded video and gave me their contact details to serve as witnesses. I went to the police, filed a report, and I have a case number now. I fully intend to get the shirt back, or at the very least, my money. What can I do at this point? I know where he'll be tomorrow. Should I call the police and have them confront him to get my shirt back? I'm feeling really down and have no idea what to do. So clearly this player,
Do you know the player?
Nani,
Nani.
former Manchester United,
Oh, so this is a
player.
true story.
Perth Glory.
true story,
Okay.
Melbourne Victory,
Sorry,
thank you
Melbourne
very
Victory,
much.
My bad.
Clearly the official shirt had been stolen off him or he lost it or some shit at some point in time, right? So now he's seen a replica and look, the fair play to the seller, they've made it look really well and match worn. He got his eyes on the shirt. Give me that. It's mine. It's got my name on it. Give it back to me.
I'm so confused by this. What? So Nanny has just randomly taken some bloke's shirt.
Yes.
Like just for no reason whatsoever.
I'm sure there's a reason,
No,
but
because he probably lost it or got stolen from him like years
so he
and years
thinks
ago.
someone stole it from him, and now he
Right.
thinks it's come back,
I mean,
and so he just stolen it off this poor fan. Probably
And
Paid like €100 for it.
He's in Australia right now, is he?
No, he was. And
This,
now he's back.
this happened in Portugal.
Gotcha.
So, is there an update to that story? Because I remember reading that on Our Soccer last week or the week before.
You boys discuss, and I'll try and find if there's an update.
I mean, obviously, Nani's the arsehole here. I don't think there's any defending him.
Yeah, of course he did. He's a multi-millionaire. Why are you stealing?
But what if it's stolen off him? You know, vengeance. You want
It
to...
doesn't matter. If that's
He's
stolen off,
nani. He can go get another one made if he needs to.
if he wants that shirt, he can buy it off him.
Or he can
You
go
know what
buy
I
it
mean?
exactly like a normal human.
No one's saying he should just rack it off this bloke.
Is he above? You reckon the police will do anything? Is he above the law?
Yeah. I
Are
think
rich
so.
people above the law? You reckon?
I think sometimes.
Like P Diddy, for example.
I think he'll go down just because of the sheer weight of
But only
allegations.
now, right?
Yeah.
But for years, everyone knew and no one said anything.
Yeah, unspoken secrets. But I think in this case, it's like, it depends. I think it's swinging either both ways. Like the police want to make an example, so they'll go after Nani for just stealing the shirt. Whereas if you stole a shirt, they wouldn't bother.
I don't think they would, man. Police aren't bothering for €100 shirt, especially against a multi-millionaire.
But if the evidence is cut and dry, I mean, they're not going to take him to court or anything. I don't know what they'll do. They'll probably just
All right,
confront him in his home.
we have an update from Nani's press office.
Lol.
Following a situation that occurred yesterday after trading, which has a video published online, player Lewis Nani is sorry about the misunderstanding and embarrassment caused to the fan. The shirt in question was recognized by Nani as being an official shirt from his private collection, which had previously been stolen. At the time, several of these appeared for sale online, but it was not possible for the player to recover all of the shirts in question.
What do you mean? There's only one. How many did they steal?
Who knows? The shirt the player kept in his possession yesterday after the fan asked for an autograph, as visible in the video in question, was collected for a check in order to determine whether it was stolen or not. After taking the shirt, Nani asked the fan about where he acquired the shirt and guaranteed that it could be given back to him if he could confirm it wasn't his. So basically he's saying that I'm going to take it off you.
Yeah.
I'm going to validate it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give it back to you if not legit.
Fake. Yeah.
Due to the item being of high emotional value to the player, seeing as the shirt used in the game that qualified Portugal to the Euro 2016 final, in which Nani scored a goal.
How could we ever forget?
The player reacted in an emotional way by wanting to confirm it wasn't the one stolen from him. As soon as the situation is resolved, Nani will contact the fan as told him when the situation happened.
So it's not even a conclusion. It's a holding message.
Yeah, they're following through with... And what apparently the fan that it got stolen from confirmed that Nani didn't even ask for his details.
So how are you going to give it back to
So
him?
how's he going to give it back, mate? So there's a lot of loopholes in this story, brother.
But what's the ethics around, like, let's say someone steals something of yours and then you see it on another bloke like a while later. Are you entitled to that? Because it's originally yours?
That's a good
With
point.
high emotional value as well. Maybe,
I would go to
your dad got something stolen from you.
Yeah.
I would go to the authorities.
Like, let's say,
I'm not taking justice into my own hands.
so let's say, yeah. So you've got something, I've stolen off you and I've sold it to Migs. So Migs has bought it off me and then
Yeah.
you see Migs, you're like, hey Migs, that's actually my shirt. Are you obligated to give that shirt back, Migs?
No.
No, I'm not obligated to give it back, but I feel like
Morally.
I'm obligated to give the details of how I acquired such an
it.
item.
Correct. But then let's
Which
say,
the guy did, to be fair.
so let's say you bought it off me for like $500.
Yeah.
Sen wants the shirt back. Are you reselling his own shirt back to him for $500?
No, I think me and you are both coming to you and asking for his 500 back and my shirt back.
I'm
Because Migs didn't, unless Migs knew it was stolen,
Yeah.
and when he bought it off you, then it's a different
That
story.
is
But if
true.
he had no idea, then I think Migs has done nothing wrong. But he's also not, I feel like it's
Depends
unfair
how
on
much
him.
I also want this item.
yeah.
No, if I
Flexible, morally flexible.
if it's flexible for me, I'll give it to you. Send $500. Like I'll believe your story. I'll cut even.
Yeah.
No profit,
And
no
that's
loss.
true.
I'll give if I really want it.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's Rose details. This is the guy I bought it off. Inquire with him.
But should you be charging me the 500? But to be fair, if I was desperate
What-
for a
what-
back, I'm like, what's 500? I'll just
Yeah.
What
pay
have
for
I
it.
done wrong? What am I going to be down $500 because of a sub story
True.
that I have nothing to do with?
But he's going to refund you the 500.
That's what I mean. So if I get 500, I'm
Whatever
even,
you
then maybe
have
I'll
to
give
do.
it back.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But what if I really
Can you
want
get a profit on this? Is that outrageous?
that's morally
you should
dubious.
ask for 1,000.
asking for a
crazy.
profit? Yes. Making a profit. If you offered me 1,000
Yeah.
out of your own good conscience, I might just take it.
Yeah,
mate.
you take it. All right.
Is that the latest update of the 91?
That is the latest update. I'm not sure if he's done his checks and his whatever.
How would
but
you even verify it?
the sweat? I don't know.
DNA? I don't know.
Something
No,
like-
Imagine
it's-
going
it's
CSI on a fucking
it's
jersey.
checks, bro. He's not checking. He's just keeping it.
Chucked it into his wardrobe and moved on with his life.
Sorry, you got caught type vibe.
Yeah. Alrighty, my next one is, am I the asshole for cooking lunch for my female coworker after my wife went to her male best friend's wedding without me?
That's a
sorry.
loaded title. That's a loaded
I
title.
need to stop you right there. I just didn't even understand that title. So
I'll run it back.
No, I'll just read the story and you'll get it.
Okay.
My wife
Hello.
and I have been married for 2 years and together for 6. We've both been cheated on before, so there are some insecurities on both sides. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. A year ago, my wife got an invitation to a wedding from her childhood best friend, who she considered like a brother growing up, but they had slowly distanced from each other after college. She was still occasionally in touch with him. The wedding was at the other side of the country. My wife really wanted to attend this wedding, and she also said she would treat this as a solo vacation and explore the city. I was really uncomfortable with it, especially because her friend had only sent the invitation to her and not me. I told her I wasn't comfortable with it, but she really wanted to go and gave me reassurances, so I told her okay and to go ahead. My wife was really thankful, and a few months later, she attended the wedding. When she came back home, she was really happy, and I was happy for her too. However, I realized I had some leeway now, and there was nothing wrong in having friends of the opposite gender.
Healthy. Sounds healthy.
Fake story written by a 12-year-old.
My female coworker and I have always had lunch together. We both joined the company on the same date. Our discussions were usually just jokes and we didn't delve too much into our personal life. My wife knows about her, and my wife admitted she was insecure because the coworker was really pretty.
This is a
And that's why
13-year-old edgelord writing this story.
And that's why I was always on edge and making sure I didn't cross any boundaries when speaking to my coworker. However, after my wife attended her childhood best friend's wedding, I released some of the shackles I had and spoke more freely with my coworker.
What?
It was still normal conversations, but it was also more free-flowing. One day, she made my favorite lunch we could both share, and the next week, I decided to make her favorite lunch we could both share too.
Beautiful.
And we do this once a week now. My wife knew about this because I tell her everything, and initially she did not say anything, and I know she did not because she knew it would be hypocritical of her to say anything after she had attended the wedding. However, a couple months later, my wife asked if I could stop making these lunches, and I told her no. I told her it was healthy to have connections outside of family, and I also told her I definitely would have stopped if she hadn't attended the wedding, but she had no leeway to lecture me on a normal male-female friendship anymore. Am I the asshole?
It's dumb. This is the dumbest story I've heard in my life.
You'd be surprised though, I feel.
What do you mean?
As in like...
Yes, this guy is the arsehole. She went to her
No, as in
childhood
the
friends.
believability of this story. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't believe this for a second.
Nah, it's a bit of work of fiction, I would say.
I can believe it.
Really?
I can entertain it for a second.
Okay, let's entertain it because it's more fun if we think it's real. So, first of all, crazy from the childhood best friend to not invite the husband.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I understand.
Did the best friend invite as a date?
No, he was getting married.
Oh, I completely ignored that part. He's getting married.
The bloke was getting married, invited his long-term childhood best friend, didn't invite the husband. Obviously, weird move, but like,
Right now, I'm starting to not believe this
you
story.
know what I'm saying? Like, all right, whatever. So she goes to the wedding and suddenly
it's a bit weird, first
Now
of
this guy thinks he's entitled to, I don't know, have cute lunch dates and make her favorite food with a coworker and stuff.
Let's unpack it. There's a lot. So in the beginning, should the woman invited have pushed for the husband to come or the
No,
boyfriend
as
to
in,
come?
it's a wedding. It's so weird asking for a +1.
Is it?
If you haven't been given a +1,
But at least ask.
I don't know. I
You
feel
can
like-
ask and get a no. That's fine.
Yeah,
fine by
yeah.
me. But is there any indication she even
No.
wanted him there?
Nah, it hasn't said.
Red flag number 1.
I don't think it's a red flag.
I think it is.
Really?
So you should ask. I don't know if he's throwing
It's
up.
not a part- it's not his 21st.
No, but if he's throwing up a whole fit about it, which it seems like he is,
Yeah, fine. If he's still on a fit about
she
it,
should at
maybe
least
you
do
can ask.
something. I gave reassurances. Maybe I think that was part of the story.
Maybe.
Did she?
What do you mean?
Did she in this post? She's like, I gave him reassurance it'd be fine at the wedding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that part of the story?
That was part of the story.
All right, well, that's all right.
Fine, whatever. Let's say
All right.
let's say she should have asked for a +1, which I think is crazy. I mean, she should have get invited, but whatever. Moving that to the side.
All right. So we're moving past that.
She goes to the wedding, which I think is a fair thing to do.
It's fair. It's fair.
Do you know what I mean? Then she comes back, and he's like, "Oh well, she went to the wedding, so
He's happy for her.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
big air quotes.
yeah,
Meanwhile, in the back of his mind, these demons are coming out.
yeah, yeah." Unleash the shackles.
I think that's the part where I'm like, this is not real.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. Let's just
Who
pretend
writes
it's real.
like that?
So this is real. He has decided, he's looked to his wife going to a childhood friend's best wedding and be like, all right, look, now I have one up on her. She went to the wedding.
Exactly.
Now I can also befriend properly with this coworker.
What a mom.
Bro has so many like suppressed and repressed like demons and feelings about this relationship. It's crazy.
Yeah. So then
he feels suppressed at work.
Yeah. He's like, oh, now the conversation.
You can't even have a conversation. He's alleging. Relax.
Okay. So then now what does he do? He then decides
the conversation steps up first.
Escalates.
Whatever, bro. You shouldn't feel like your conversation's shackled.
Yeah, I feel like that's already a weird thing to feel, no?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. You want to input anything, Sen? Or
no, I'm just
watching
listening.
this
I just want to listen to what you guys have to say.
Okay. I mean, what else is there after that? Then he wants to make lunch with her.
I think we're pretty clear on what this guy is an asshole.
She makes the lunch first.
Yeah.
You reckon this is the famous, infamous work wife, work husband
Probably.
dynamic?
For sure.
Probably. And so he's entertained it. I mean, how can you say no to your favorite meal? It's very hard, dare I suggest. But
And
then
bro's gone home.
Yeah.
And then decided,
You know what? She likes a lasagna. Let me make a lasagna.
But he caveats all of this with, I just tell my wife everything.
Yeah, so
she's
it's all
open
fine
and
then.
transparent.
All right. And then apparently makes it every day, it seems. Or every week or some shit.
Once
2
a
months.
and she can't say anything because she went to a wedding once.
Yeah,
6 months ago.
The funniest part is like, she actually opened up about her insecurities and asked me to stop making it. And I said no.
I said no.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
All right. Well, this is a clown. This is a clown show.
All
Definitely the
off.
asshole.
She went to a wedding once.
Dude,
She has no leg to stand on.
If this guy is real, this guy's a mental case. Genuinely.
Second last one. User Irkpa3943 says, am I the asshole if I stop paying my daughter's tuition over a disgusting comment she made towards my new girlfriend? So he says,
Probably, to be honest.
That's how they always are.
My wife died at the young age of 51 from a car accident. I was in deep mourning for about a year.
For about a year.
After her death, I met my new girlfriend, Christine, around January. Christine was the first one who made me laugh after my wife died. She's smart as hell, in brackets, 3 Ivy League degrees.
Okay. All right, mate.
Has a dark sense of humor, which I love. A terrific cook.
There's a lot of framing happening right now, which is setting up a devious ending.
And overall, an amazing woman who I can imagine spending the rest of my life with.
Play on.
She's also on the heavier side, a fact that becomes relevant later. Just out of nowhere. All right. I have 2
She's
children.
also a fatty. Basically what he just said.
I have 2 children. E and A. It's going to be annoying. Emily and Amy. They were well aware that I had gotten a new girlfriend before I introduced them to Christine this summer. She got along immediately with Emily, but Amy was very standoffish. After that initial meeting, I asked Amy if there was something wrong, but she denied it. Christine made a few more attempts to get to know Amy, but they were all rudely rejected. Emily and Amy both came home for Thanksgiving dinner. I asked Amy to please be polite during the meal, since she's always been rude in her interactions with Christine, even though Christine has done nothing but be gracious in return. The dinner was going as well as it could have for the first 10 minutes, although I noticed Amy glaring at Christine the entire time.
Sheesh.
When Christine went to grab her 3rd helping of mashed potatoes, Amy says, don't you reckon you've eaten enough, fat pig?
So out of pocket.
Christine started sobbing immediately and ran off into the bedroom. I felt my face turn red and told Amy to get out. About half an hour after Amy left, I texted her stating that I would no longer pay her tuition unless 1, she apologized to Christine, and 2, Christine accepts her apology. Amy must have assumed that I was bluffing because instead she doubled down on her behavior during Thanksgiving dinner. Then I logged into a university's tuition payment, cancelled next semester's tuition, and then sent Amy the screenshots. She called me crying and begged me to reconsider, but I told her my mind was made up. So what do we do there?
Wild. That's a funny comment, but
From Amy?
that's pretty funny.
Yes, this brother's overreacting.
Is he?
Yes.
By the way, the ages of these children are like 25 and 28. Like they're our age.
Yeah, okay, so that's
Yeah, well, no, like obviously she's also in the wrong.
Yeah.
Or being very rude. But like, work it out as an adult, especially if the the daughter's an adult. Work it out like an adult. Clearly, she has trauma about her mum getting replaced or something.
Yeah, true.
So at least be understanding of the fact. Not, I'm going to cancel your tuition. That's so crazy.
But you can't be calling this poor woman a fatty boomba.
Yeah, that's why she did it.
She heavily implied it. Third serving of mashed potato.
Can't someone be hungry, Senny?
I'm all for it, but you tools down at 2. You can't be going back for a third.
Boys,
have you ever gone back for thirds ever?
Probably.
I think definitely I have as well.
At a party with other people?
Yeah, absolutely, probably yes.
Because
I don't think I have.
Who's paying attention to the servings? You know what I mean?
There are definitely. Apparently, there are definitely people.
I feel like at a family little event or family.
Even if it's in your own family, I think that's fine.
I mean, yeah,
like
third mashed potato. Why? That's such a throwaway dish. You know what I mean? Third servings of maybe the chicken adobo or whatever. You know, but like mashed potatoes, get rid of that.
Let her live.
Pure carbs.
So you're saying, off the back of maybe 2 or 3, I'll give it 2 or 3. You know, fat phobic, rude comments that deserves tuition cancelled.
Yeah. Yeah, but how old is she, man? You can pay your own tuition.
I assume this is American as well. You have to
fuck. That's
pay,
that's a lot of money then for
front.
Papa. You know, that's a lot of money for him to stump up every semester.
Just keep in mind how Papa's described Christine. You know, the first woman to make him laugh since the wife died.
That's his money. He doesn't have to be giving it to anyone.
Yeah, but has he? Not even the daughter. Not even his daughter. Has Papa conveyed that to? The daughter?
He gave her a chance. He said, "Apologize."
Yeah, Amy's doubled down.
Exactly. So you know what? I think that's fair play from the dad.
Dad has to be a bigger man. Has to be the bigger person. See the bigger picture of my daughter's still upset that her mother's getting replaced.
Haven't you had enough? Is actually one of the all-time one-liners.
Great Sledge.
She must have been seeing that.
What are the comments
waiting for a time to strike?
I don't think he's an arsehole. What are the comments say? I would imagine.
Yeah, he absolutely is, dude.
Apparently, everyone is the asshole in this situation.
I think that's a fair. I think everyone. Except for Christine. Christine just got drive-by'd for no reason.
Well, Amy's definitely an arsehole. The fact she doubled down and only showed remorse when she lost something in the situation.
One of the comments was, make sure you marry this girl if it was worth throwing your daughter's future away over one comment.
Oh, wow.
So, heavy hitter.
What if this guy's just red hot? He's a very volatile man.
Maybe, but look, I agree with Manu. I think cancelling your daughter's tuition over calling your girlfriend a little bit overweight or whatever is a bit much. But yeah.
You can have stern words. You can have all this and all that. Cancelling tuition, mate. Come on.
That's heavy hitting.
Alrighty, last one from me. Am I the asshole for thinking my partner is cheating? OP writes, please help me to know if I am overreacting to this. We've been happily married for 10 years and are very happy with each other. We have 3 kids and are a normal, busy couple. Physically, we are together multiple times a week and both would say sex is great. Here is the issue we have. My wife posts online in what I would call immodest outfits. She considers them fine. That discussion is for another time. She receives a lot of compliments from men when she posts. They're all clearly trying to flirt and get more from her. She engages in conversations and will flirt back, leading a lot of them on. She gets their numbers, asks them to show themselves, etc.
What?
While she won't do anything for them.
Wait, sorry. Read that line again. She gets the numbers.
She gets their numbers, asks them to show themselves.
What
does that mean?
Ominous, bro. What does that mean?
We can cross that bridge when we get to it. While she won't do anything for them, then she ghosts them afterwards. I found out about this last week when I noticed a notification on her phone. It was a guy that was asking what she thought of his package. Sure enough, she had asked him to send a shot of that, and he did.
Crazy.
Immediately, I thought she was cheating and confronted her. She then explained that was the point at which she would ghost them. She enjoys seeing what guys will do for her, but claims that it isn't cheating. I can confirm that she isn't cheating, as I've went through all the messages, and once hit a certain point, she stops responding. I'm not comfortable with her doing this. It feels like she's doing something wrong by leading these men on, but she says there isn't anything wrong with what she's doing. She claims that she is only having fun. Am I the arsehole for thinking this is cheating?
I'm so confused. Is she at least getting money out of this?
It doesn't seem, there just seems to be satisfaction.
So she just collects these cocks and then that's it.
Yeah.
She goes on, I assume, Instagram, post some,
Thirst traps.
debatably lewd content.
For another time.
Immodestly.
We'll talk about that another time, bro.
Exactly.
And then, the guys are lusting or thirsting over
So
probably.
she must be somewhat famous. If she's got like, you know what I'm saying? Like if someone's friend's posting a bikini shot, for example, random blokes are not commenting on that. It's only when it's like a famous celebrity where they're
It doesn't have
thirsty.
to be famous, just maybe a couple thousand. Just like random dribs and drabs of desperate men
Just
online.
your local putang.
Yeah, that. And then people are coming on, posting, whatever they want to comment. And then she starts a conversation with them or continues the conversation with them.
That is where immediately that's where you draw the
That's
line.
when horny guy 254.
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
Yeah.
See, unless it's like an OnlyFans and she's charging people for this, then it's business, it's entrepreneurship.
So your line is the finances. If you're getting financial gain, it's fair
Yeah,
play.
because then it's like, for a fact, she's just like any other OnlyFans models, you're just trying to, she's just in it for the money.
Okay.
This, she seems like a sicko. She
She's
just wants to
the
see,
love of the sport.
yeah,
type
she just wants to
situation.
see willies.
So lusting
bare
for
willies.
other men's willies is not on.
Unfortunately.
Absolutely. Are you surprised by that?
No, I'm not surprised. Just confirming our stance.
I think all right, let's start.
At what point
Okay.
should it stop? then?
Immodest pictures,
That's
fair
fine.
play.
Whatever.
Story for a different time between you and your wife. The guys leaving thirst trap comments and then you replying to them. Honestly, that's low-key where I draw
That's
the line.
probably.
But I understand the algorithm. If you're trying to make it or whatever, look, I understand the farming.
that's
You
just
got
how
to
it
do what you got to do.
works.
That's where I personally would draw the line, low-key. Then DMing them afterwards and
that's
saying,
crazy.
hey, what's your number? Expose yourself or whatever.
Show me your penis.
Yeah.
Asking them to show themselves.
Show me your
themselves.
genitals.
That obviously is
You're way past the point of return.
Beyond
That's
the pale.
crazy.
That's done.
and then continuing the conversation. And then when you feel
No, but it sounds
bored-
like that's where she just like once she gets
I
the
think
willy,
once she gets the
that's it.
cock,
yeah,
done.
job done.
But that's a weird obsession.
It is. You got to check the headspace
Hard
of that
drives.
woman, yeah, because that's a little bit strange.
No, I agree. When she's replying to these thirsty men, that's where the point where
But
I'm
what
like,
are these
come on,
blokes
man.
doing as well? She asks you to send a dick pic, you send it, and then
You'll be surprised who sends dick pics, Senny.
Yeah,
You'd be very surprised. There are a lot of lonely men out there.
you never know
You never know. But I also draw the line where you draw the line.
the comments, right?
Don't reply to the comments. Why do you need to reply? Stop that immediately.
Yeah, and then
What if she was Googling dick pics? Does that make it any different?
what do you
The
mean?
fact that it's just images on the internet. Like
Does
her
she-
satisfaction is maybe getting dick pics.
yeah,
So if she's just Googling dick, really, does
You're
that
asking
change
me-
the tune?
that's a weird.
I don't even know the question.
No, so instead of asking men,
Yeah.
She just
having a
Googles the
conversation
dicks.
Yeah.
to get dicks off someone she's already had a conversation with,
Yeah,
it's like watching porn. What if
Yeah.
she goes to just look for dick pics online?
So she's not soliciting people. To
She's not
send her.
soliciting people. She's just looking at
She's just finding
other men's penises.
wild
really.
ones on the internet.
Yeah.
That's slightly better than begging men to send dick pics. I feel
and then it's not talking.
that's a lesser of the
afterwards.
two evils. If that's
That
my
is-
two options, I'm choosing that one.
But if the third option was ask her not to look at dicks at all, is that
I
what
mean,
you're going
that's
for?
obviously the ideal scenario. But if she has a insatiable thirst for penis, then I'd rather you look up
The
wild
problem
ones.
is, the problem is her thirst is to get them. Like the methods.
Is it
to-
a game, you reckon?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like making you feel wanted. Like you're like, oh.
but then
all
she
these
doesn't
guys
do
are after
anything
me.
with them.
No, that's exactly right. It's like people who jump on like Tinder and stuff, like girls who jump on Tinder, not to talk to these guys,
just
to get a couple of matches
yeah.
to like boost the self-esteem.
This
It's
is
like the
a
same
wild
thing.
version of that.
claim she's only having fun. So
Exactly.
Exactly
Just having a
that.
bit of a laugh.
So she just probably has a folder in her phone with just penises.
I don't even think she needs that. I think she gets the sick satisfaction of like,
the
I
moment,
made
it's-
this guy
Get
like,
his wang out.
get his wang out for me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's all I need. All I need to be happy in this life.
not the
That is actually a powerful thing.
the husband and wife dynamic or the
No.
3 kids they have.
No,
not
fuck that off to the side for a second. It's the power.
it-
Just knowing
it is a
this
powerful
random
thing.
Randy from, Louisiana was just so horny at work. He went to the toilet and just got his fucking cock out in the toilet.
and send it to
And
me.
sent it to
right
me.
to my mobile
You know
phone.
what that is? I kind of get it then. I kind of get it.
I can't. It's.
I mean, I don't condone it and I don't really.
If you post a thirst trap setting, yeah, women fawning for you. in the
Women, no,
comments.
I also want the penis pics. Send us your dick pics to
No.
Critical Banter.
To send Thav, not any other account,
But
please.
okay, yeah, that's still wild to me. But imagine finding that. How do you even? Of course, this guy's not the asshole, right? Surely,
No
not.
way.
Yeah, okay.
But my advice, take a
But
look
what
at
do
your
you do?
relationship, see what's happening.
Is this a game deal breaker? Do you walk away?
It's
One for the streets.
Married for 10 years. Imagine knowing someone for that long And they're doing this without you knowing.
It's a weird hobby to have.
She's doubling down on it. That also is kind of
it's
a
bit
big
red
problem.
flag.
But what, like, now my thing, what if it was the OnlyFans thing and she was making 10 racks every month?
You'd
of
have
this
to
sort
have
of
that
stuff?
discussion before she
Let's
gets
say she
into
did.
OnlyFans.
And this was what she was doing.
Then fair play.
But are you saying the guy only found out about the OnlyFans right now?
Oh, yeah.
been in
Let's
secret.
say that's how it, yeah.
In secret, then you can still
that's
be
pretty,
you can be upset
that's
about
pretty
that.
You can be
upsetting.
angry
Yeah, that's
about that.
definitely
It's
upsetting.
got to be a look. Honestly, the conversation for another time about your wife's immodest pics maybe should be the conversation you have now.
Yeah, I think that's a now
it's
conversation.
a right now conversation.
I think it's a
Pics.
conversation they've had and they've just never agreed.
Yeah, it must
That's
be.
already
This guy based in Saudi Arabia or something. Immodest.
Immodest.
Too much ankle.
But yes, Guy is definitely not the arsehole. She needs to look at herself.
Alrighty, that brings us to the end of a very long episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have made it this far, comment to Stay Dangerous for us in the YouTube comments or maybe on one of our videos or even DM us.
Spotify comments.
Spotify comments. Yeah, you know what? Give us a Spotify comment. Stay Dangerous. But we also have another thing. Please write in if you want us to try anything in Sydney.
Absolutely.
We are open to any and all suggestions as long as they are within means and within the legality of the law.
I don't know what you have in mind that people are going to submit that is illegal.
TCB Tries murder. You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
There's plenty of options.
So yeah, definitely submit some TCB tries to our Instagram. Give us a few Stay Dangerouses. Find our episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. We'll see you next week. Stay dangerous.